Social Development Minister Lindiwe Zulu is visiting temporary shelters for the less homeless in Mhluzi, in Mpumalanga. She'll be monitoring compliance to the department's response to curb the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's now cross live to our colleague Siphephile Kunene, who is with the minister right now. Siphephile, a very good morning to you. What can you tell us about what's happening where you are?
Good morning to you too in studio. What's happening here is that the minister is visiting a place where the homeless are kept in Middelburg. She's going to move to another place where children that are destitute are taken care of. But here we have about 63 people that are housed. Most of them, it's males. They are all homeless. And the minister will tell us more about her visit here. Minister, you here to monitor and see if people are adhering to the regulations of the lockdown. What did you find?
I found, first and foremost, a very organized, very clean, very neat place, which is very well kept. And I think that the local community here have been supportive. As you could see as we were here, food was being brought to them. I was told that local businesses from the mines are also supporting this place. I'm here also with the MEC of the province as well as the mayor. And we came here to visit just to have a conversation also with the people who are here. Why are they here? What brought them out into the streets? It's a usual South African story and a problem of unemployment. It's a problem of poverty, inequality. It is made worse by the COVID-19 now that has so many people now unemployed. The people who are here do say that under normal circumstances, sometimes they would hustle for themselves outside and bring something to their families or just take care of themselves, and now they are unable to do that. As a government and as a Department of Social Development, we are responsible for the well-being of all South Africans in general. However, we focus a lot on those that are vulnerable, and in this particular case, when COVID attacked our country, we decided that we needed to also bring the people who were homeless into shelters. That's why we have this shelter here.
In South Africa as a whole, you are housing over 14,000 people. How is the situation in other places?
It's unequal at the moment because, as you know, we also have budgetary constraints, and I think that's the reason why we also try to mobilize resources, food and other things like the blankets, as you can see, the mattresses that we have here. Some of the stuff was things that were bought by the Department of Social Development, and then we have to keep on going out and pleading for the food because we've run out of budget. But when all is said and done, we have to look within ourselves to see what is it that we can do. I think what we would like to do is beyond just keeping them here. I was telling them that this is not a hotel. What they need to also do, those of them who are capable of waking up in the morning and cleaning the place and cleaning the outside. You've got people who are volunteering to come and assist here. I was telling them that they must also assist themselves by making sure that, firstly, they stick to the COVID protocols. They understand that very well. Even the way they sleep inside the hall, you can see the distance. You've got people who come here, the social workers, you've got doctors who come and also check their temperature and all that. So we want them to come out of here being better people than what they were when they were brought in here.
You spoke about people that were doing drugs that are found here. Any psychological assistance that they are receiving?
Yes, absolutely. The social workers have already been here. The good thing is that there's a clinic right here. They have an advantage because they are in a place where the clinic is here. The doctors have been here. The social workers are checking the psychosocial assistance that needs to be given to them. I'm just hoping that out of the numbers that we have here, In a few weeks' time, we might come back and say we had 60 something, now we have less because some of them have gone back to their families or they've got jobs or something. But we're here for them. But I still insist. I told them this is not a hotel. They have to make sure that they clean up the place. They have to make sure that they even help in the cooking. We've got security here. They must make sure that they assist the security and not leave the place to now go and look for drugs.
Okay, now let's look into the 350 that's supposed to pay those that are unemployed. We understand that some of them that are here are unemployed. Have they been advised on how to apply for that? And the fact that only a few people and the system is slow are benefiting from this. Are you doing
Yes,
to address that?
it was among the first things that they asked me about when I was talking to some of them to say, Minister, we are aware of the fact that there's the 350 that has to be paid to the unemployed. Yes, I explained to them that you have to be a South African citizen, you have to be over the age of 18, you have to have your ID with you. You must not be receiving any other form of grant for you to be able to get the 350. Most of them here are telling us that they used to work in mines, and as the mines are closing down, they find themselves out in the streets. Of course, some of them indicated to me that they had quarrels with their families, hence they are out in the streets, and they are saying to us, can we help them to go back to their families? But of course, we need to help them before they get back to their families, because it's a burden for families also when you find people who are abusing drugs. They come to the house, they take things from their house, they start selling the things out of the house. So we need to sustain what we have here and do our best to pull them out and make sure that they become the citizens that we would like them to be.
Just very briefly, Minister, only 10 people, according to reports, have received the 350. What's the situation there? Are you fixing it?
It wasn't a question of fixing. We did a test which we wanted to run and make sure that through all the provinces, when we start paying, the system would work. So we had the first 10 which we paid, which were from the first batch that we made as a test. Following that, we have had to make sure that we're not going to pay people who are in our system for social grants. We're not going to pay people who are under UIF, who are getting money from UIF. We're not going to pay people who are actually being paid from jobs. So that took a long time because it has to take time. You can't be given a budget and say, no, I'll just go out into the street and give everybody that I want to give the money. We have to be accountable for that money. Of course, everybody is hungry. We understand that people are hungry. We must give them the money as fast as possible, but we have to be accountable in doing so.
Thank you so much for your time, Minister. That was Minister for Social Development in South Africa, Lindiwe Zulu, explaining that what made this whole process delay was the verification process. Back to you, Desiree.
Thank you so much for that. Now,